Well, on Easter Sunday, the annual Fanti Festival on Lagos Island will be held. This is one event that has always carried a deep and profound cultural connotation for a good number of people who pride themselves on being identified as Lagosians, but whose ancestry has for decades been traced to the biggest country in South America, Brazil. We're now being joined for a conversation on how this festival plays up the history of Brazilian descendants on Lagos Island by Toke Benson-Awoyinka, the Lagos State Commissioner for Arts and Culture. Good morning and good to have you on the morning show. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Behind the scenes, we're talking about how, fantastic the Lagos State government have been doing with especially arts and culture. I mean, we have our pioneer commissioner here. I don't know whether you'll be helping with the questions. Are you going to stay back? No, you're not having
to join the conversation.
Well, of course, we'd like to know, why is a heritage festival like the Fanti Festival important to the Lagos State government at this time?
Well, our culture, our heritage is fast dying. And the only way we can bring it back is make sure that we hand it over to the next generation. We've had a break in a while, so it's been done locally, and last year we thought we need to bring it back the same way we brought back the boat regatta, which is known by the same riverine people as Okwaje. And that describes what the boats that were used in the olden days. Lagos is largely a fishing community. But sometime in the 19th century, a group of Afro-Brazilian returnees, mainly of Yoruba descent, returned back to Lagos Island. And they brought back rich culture, blend of music, Catholic religion, infusion of dance, culture, food. And that's what gave birth to the Free John on Good Friday as well. The same group of people that we call, I believe, Popo Aguda. Aguda is Catholic, if I'm correct. Came back with so much richness of culture and heritage. It's isolated to Lagos Island, but it's a very big demography of the people of Lagos Island as well. And in Lagos Island, we've intermarried as well. So a lot of people are interested. And the best way for us to actually hand over that heritage and make sure it doesn't die, like a lot of the things that are, a lot of our culture, a lot of our values that are being eroded from westernization, Lagos State government thought this year we need to bring it back, calendarize it, and make sure that every year we celebrate it, and then we hand it over to our children as well.
Beautiful.
This is so important, especially because I've always said this, when you look at Brazilian music, you look at the salsa music, for instance, sometimes there's an infusion of the bata, that dance step in it as well, the conga and the clave as well. Which is the Yorubaness of it. Even the conga and the clave sounds very closely like our talking drum, so there's always been that connection between the two. Now, in terms of reaching out to the communities who have been, how active have they been? I know that, like you rightly said, at some point the festivals stop, or has there always been that communication with the communities to make sure that they are a huge part of what is going on at the festival?
So the festival didn't actually stop. It was just held in silo. Okay. And then last year we thought we were going to have a unity carnival, bring everybody together. So it's a group of indigenous people, Afro-Brazilian indigenous people from Campos, Lafayette, Okekpopo. I think there are about 6 or 7 of them. They're called the Brazilian Descendants Association. So we're working closely with them to make sure that we bring them all together. And so we have a large procession of people. So this year, everybody's coming out next week, Sunday, to come and see the richness of the culture of a people that is fast eroding and which we need to bring back to the fore.
Absolutely.
All right, let me also come in. I thought I was just going to listen and enjoy. But first would be to congratulate you,
Thank you
for all the back-to-back successes.
Thank you.
And more importantly for, keeping the flag flying and for bringing maturity and respectability to that ministry, because it is the marketing arm of the Lagos State government. So well done.
Thank you.
And should I also say kudos to you. I wouldn't call you the other trending one. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Two things for me. What should we expect on Sunday? Given that we know what the spirit of Fanti, is like, what would the procession be like? Where's the starting point? There will be VIP areas, I believe.
Oh,
so
yes.
what will it look like? What should we expect? And then secondly, I like the fact that you mentioned the need to calendarize these things. That's part of some of the little contributions that we try to do, when we were there, so that people can look forward to planning their time. I saw what you did with the boat regatta, which is beautiful. But in order not to make these things haphazard and ziggy-zaggy, what efforts are you making into calendarizing, the activities that you either, as the ministry, promote yourself, or the ones that you also either endorse or you support all year round from January to December?
So I'll start off with how the procession is going to be. So like I said, it's a compilation of various communities, and we really don't want to take it away from the communities. So the parade will start from those communities. They're all color-coded. And so each community has its color: red, yellow, green. It's going to be very colorful. It's the procession comes from within the internal of Lagos Island, and the parade comes all the way to the arcade ground, where we expect visitors and foreigners. We've invited the diplomatic corps. I met with the U.S. ambassador a week and a half ago at the Headies launch, and I said to him, you need to come back to Lagos for the Easter. We're having something we haven't had in a long time, and we want you to see the culture and the infusion of the blend between Brazil and Yoruba Lagos. And he said, I'm going to be back here. I want to see what it's going to be, so I'm hoping that he's going to be here. We've sent invites to other embassies as well, so that VIP sitting is going to be at the arcade ground in TBS. It's going to be colorful. It's going to showcase Lagos Island music, which is high life music from the olden days. We hope to bring back the Waka group as well, so that we can have Lagos Island, indigenous Lagos Island. The food, yo-yo, ede, akon. I'm speaking, yes, the food. Yo-yo, which is fried fish.
You're making me feel
ede, which is fried shrimps. Akon, which is the crab. So, like I said, Lagos is an indigenous fishing community, and most of the people of Lagos Island, they pride over eating seafood. So we're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see the new blend of what we have done from those days till date. So there's also going to be probably a surprise artist would come who is of Lagos Island descent as well. So we're bringing the old and the new and putting that infusion and making sure that everybody has a good time. So I'm looking forward to it. I haven't seen Fanti Festival in a very long time. There's something called the Carita, which is a masquerade.
Carita,
so that Carita is going to be out there as well. People are excited. The community is excited. The young people are excited. And we all hope to have a good time. On calendarization, we've actually called out to all the stakeholders in the industry. We want to know when your events would be. We don't want haphazard events. So we want to calendarize Lagos from January to December. When people speak of Dirty December, I don't speak of Dirty December. And by the way, it's going to be 15 years, it's going to be 10 years in December since the event was started
in December.
So we hope to celebrate that
should be
decade.
A shout out to Fully Coca.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. He actually told me, he said, Commissioner, we're going to be 10 years this year, so I'm sure, I hope you're going to do something special. So we're all going to come together, former commissioners, and sit on the table and see how best we can propagate the outlook of Lagos. But we're very religious people, and we tend to bring religion into everything that we did. And I remember this conversation in Exco where I said, Notting Hill Carnival is held in the summer.
Yeah.
The dates are sacrosanct.
Yes.
And when we tried to have the regatta last year, Easter Monday, it fell in the month of Ramadan. And the Muslims said, oh, we're not going to be a part of it, we're not going to. And one of the warnings I gave is that tourism is calendarized. And we would not alter our tourism calendar because of religion. So we've told everybody, send in your entries, let's know what the dates are, let it be sacrosanct, and then the Lagos State government issues a tourism calendar. So a lot of people cannot come into Nigeria in December because it's expensive. Ticket prices are going through the roof because a lot of our people are identifying with our heritage and our culture, and they all want to come back. So people have been telling me, I hope you guys are prepared for December, and we're saying we're ready. We're going to put things in place like we did last year. Kudos to Mr. Governor. He set up a committee last year on security and transportation where you could go out all day, all night, and there'll be no security challenge, and then we try to manage the traffic as well. So I know that there's a standing committee, and we're all going to come together as a government to make sure that it is seamless. That calendar will be out any moment from now. We're almost done with the compilation, so people can choose what time of the year they want to come to Lagos and plan ahead, and then it doesn't have to be December alone.
Fantastic. Ms. Toke, Benson-Awoyinka, I'd like to join Steve in saying kudos to you as well. I mean, I think that it's very important, this calendarization of Lagos. And, I hope that, you are able to show us how you're going to continue to sustain these sort of festivals and, show us more on the future of arts and culture in Lagos. So kudos.
Thank you so much.
We get to bring you back on the program.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're looking forward to the festival.
Much indeed.
We know it's going to be beautiful, and we know it's going to be very colorful. As well. There'll be a lot of dancing, a lot of dancing,
a lot of music.
Wait, how do I get a ticket? Did I
have your invite. So
so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you so much.
Just a little advice, spread the joy in terms of invitation. I'm saying this because of recent development. The young lady, youth corps member who, said those things about Lagos and the smelly part. And she has turned out to be one of the biggest promoters of Lagos, maybe inadvertently, talking nicely about the lagoons, about the restaurants, about shopping in Lagos State. So sometimes people, from what might look like demarketing, you actually say promotion. So spread the joy wide.
So the festival is open to all and sundry. Everybody can come in, everybody can gather at the arcade ground on Sunday and along the streets of Lagos Island. It's not restricted to anybody. It's a celebration of culture, it's a celebration of heritage, it's a celebration of the colors of Lagos, and we want everybody to be a part of it. So a lot of people have been asking, how do we get in? We ask people to register so that we can cater for the number of people, but it actually doesn't deter anybody who is not registered from coming. So come all come, and we'll expect to see everybody on Sunday.
Come on.
Yes.
Kudos to you and
Thank
Mr.
you,
Governor.
Thank you. Thank you so much.